everyone, welcome to Anthea Style. Today I'm going to be showing you how I do over my planters from summer and fall to a winter planter, and I know that one of our subscribers actually wanted to see what I do with a Christmas planter, so this is what I'm going to be doing for you today. In this planter we have our cedar, which I said before I keep out all year in the front here, and I went to one of our local nurseries and I purchased some of this lovely pine needle, and this is actually from British Columbia, so the needles are actually a bit longer on it and the branches are longer. It gives a more fanned out appearance, as well as the cedar back here is also from British Columbia. So that's all from the west coast of Canada. And the ivy that was in the planter from the summer and fall, it's still green, guys, because it's so warm up here still. So I'm not going to remove that. I'm going to leave the ivy in there for this planter for Christmas. Over here I have a few bunches of what I purchased. So here is again the British Columbia pine, as well as British Columbia cedar. And then on the bench I have a few large Christmas ornaments, actually just purchased from the dollar store, and some red Christmas mesh wreath, which I used a number of years ago on one of my Christmas trees. And I have 2 bundles of red dogwood sticks that I'm going to be putting into the planter afterwards. So over on the far side, you can see there is a planter which I've tidied up. I've taken out all the brush and some of the fall leaves that I've left in the bottom of that and removed it. And I'm going to be stringing my white little miniature lights on that for you to see how I go about doing that. So follow along. So these Christmas lights are outdoor Christmas lights, and how you tell the difference is that the cording is a little bit heavier than your indoor Christmas lights. You want to make sure to use outdoor ones because it withstands the cold weather and the snow and the outdoor elements. And I've just wound those around kind of on a diagonal, and then my husband already has our Christmas lights up on the house, so the cord is right here and I'm just going to plug it in. And when the lights get turned on this evening, everything will come on all at once. The next thing I'm going to be doing is inserting my branches that I purchased, the pine as well as the cedar. So here I've got all of the branches placed. So I've got them kind of going out on a V on either side, and there's a few that just cascade over the front. Next I'm going to be putting in the dogwood branches. So the dogwood branches, it's red dogwood, and like the branches of the evergreen, I've placed the branches of the dogwood in on a V to come out to your left and the right. I'm not worrying about the front here because that's where I'm going to put some Christmas bow and an ornament here. So these ornaments I purchased from the dollar store. You can get them pretty cheaply, and I had used them one year in my office for some office decor, but this year I'm repurposing outside in the garden planters. And I'm going to hang it just in the middle here, and all I'm going to be doing is tying it off on one of the branches so it sits inside the pot and has somewhere to rest, because in the winter when it gets really windy here, this corner of our property, sometimes my planters get knocked over. So I'm just going to secure it here so it stays on the tree, and I'm just going to give it 2 good knots in behind here. And nobody will see that because it's just clear filament, like jewelry cord, that I'm using for this. This ornament, I've simply just tied it off with the jewelry cord or filament or string, whatever you have, just to secure it. And the bottom of the ornament I've set inside the neck of the pot there, just so it doesn't blow away. Now I'm going to be adding this red Christmas mesh in amongst the greenery, and there's no right or wrong way, just kind of feel your way, puff it in, pull it out, tuck it in. So as I'm doing here, I'm just going to go in behind the ornament and under the bottom of it, setting that back in there, and then I'm simply going to tuck that mesh in like this, in and around the back, and it's not even tied off, and this is where you can pull, tuck, push in, whatever you like for your pop of color, and that's basically all I'm using this for. The mesh has been tucked all around the way how I like it, and just pulled and puckered a little bit, and the ornament sits just nicely right there. It is red on red, which I know, but again, this is something that you want to be able to see from street level, that you're seeing a lovely mound of red here. So from a distance, it's going to look very nice, even though it's tone on tone.